your thumb for a walk. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Again, Right, let's take our thumb for a walk with this first basic blues fingerpicking warm-up. Now you'll notice that above the music there are some chords. There's an A, a D, and an E. Now you may see also that I wasn't necessarily always holding down the D chord for the D part because it's just open strings. I would still suggest making the chords. So one of these things is do as I say rather than as I do, because that's just better for your chord changing as you go through. Anyway, what this taking your thumb for a walk means is that your thumb on your right hand is alternating with the strings, okay? And that's very, very important throughout fingerstyle blues because the thumb doesn't always just stay static on the one string. So starting with your A chord, hold it down, and we're going A string, D string. And we're just going to do that for the bar. Now, don't forget to play it with swing and unpalm muting, like we talked about. And we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you can change to the D, but we're just doing the D and the A string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E chord on the A string, starting then going to the thickest string. Sorry, E string then to A string. 1 and 2 and 3. And 4 and then back to A. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And that last note, that A, is held for 2 beats. Okay, so let's do that together. Making sure that your thumb is anchored, not sort of flipping out and doing this, just staying close to the relevant strings. 3 and 4 and. Now with a count, with swing, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now when you get good at that, try it a little bit faster. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3. So just get the thumb used to going on these bass notes, changing over these common open chords. Thumb and pinches. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Thumb and pinches, number 2. Okay, so this is still using our A, D, E and A chord, but we're just starting to spice things up a bit. We're putting in the other fingers, the index, middle and ring. So the general fingerstyle rule is the thumb always plays the E, A and D string, index plays the G, middle plays the B, ring plays the E. There are times when that rule is broken, but most of the time that's what's happening with the right hand. Let's look at bar 1. So make your A chord, 2nd fret on the B, G and the D string. I like to use middle ring and pinky finger to do it personally. Some people do it this way or some people even do it this way. Doesn't really matter too much at this stage, but trust me, if you're new to the guitar, I totally recommend that you do it this way because it strengthens your little finger and it means changing to other chords like the E chord is a little bit easier, or even the C because you've got that finger spare. So we're pinching thumb and index, thumb on the A, then thumb on the D, then thumb and middle, thumb on the D, thumb and ring, thumb on the D, thumb and middle. Let's do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So just try that bar round in a circle to start with, like I'm doing. get better, try speeding up. Next chord, we're going to change to a D, and it's the middle two strings, so that's thumb and index, then thumb on A, then thumb and middle, thumb on A, thumb and ring, thumb on A, thumb and middle, thumb on A. So you see the thumb always returns to the A, like the previous exercise. So just do that round in a circle. So then you go from the A to the D. Cool? Okay, the E chord. So change to E, thumb and index, thumb on A, thumb and middle, making two open strings, thumb on A, thumb on ring, thumb on A, thumb on middle. So we get that's a little bit faster. Then we do the A again, same as the first bar, but you're going to hold for last two beats. So putting that all together, 3, play with me, 4, and we have it. Take your time, maybe just start with one of the chords just to get the hang of it, do it round in a circle, same with D and E, and then put it all together. And we're moving strings, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Number 3, moving strings. So this one we're going to be starting with a G bass note, which is the 3rd fret on the thickest string right here, okay? Once you get that, you're going to leave that held down and you're going to play the thumb and the middle finger. And then you're going to put the little finger down also on the 3rd fret on the thinnest. You can do your G this way if you want. This is a way to do G, this is another way. I change depending on what I'm going to and whether I need good tone a lot of the time. I can get good tone out of both, but I'm usually a bit more confident with this G when it comes to my tone. Anyway, so stick with your G chord however you want to do it, and we go 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So like all these warm-ups, try to do it bar at a time. One bar, then do the next bar. So we're pinching thumb and middle with the bass on the thickest, then moving the thumb down to the D with thumb and ring, then thumb on the A, index by itself, then thumb on D. Round in a circle. Then make a C chord, thumb on A and B, then thumb on D and ring on the E, thumb on A, index, thumb on D. Once again, round in a circle. A minor, changing to, so that's 1st fret on the B, 2nd on the D, 2nd on the G. Same pattern, so that's thumb and middle, thumb on D and ring, thumb on A by itself, then index, then thumb on D, then back to G, but this time strum G with the side of your thumb. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take that from the beginning. 3, 4. Okay, very good. Keep working at it, have fun. Melody warm-up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 3 and 4 Now, melody warm up. Let's have a listen to it slowly. Okay, so I'm going to break this down into 2 parts, and this will actually also be a reminder of what I said about keeping the bass note going. So first of all, there's bass notes that run through each bar. The first is this G bass note. This is the 3rd fret on the thickest string, and that does this 3, 4, and then it does it for another bar. And then there's a C bass note, so that's 3rd fret on the A string, and that does that for 2 bars. And then there's open on the A string for another 2 bars, and finishing on the 3rd fret on the thickest. So that runs throughout this song. So whatever happens, your thumb is doing that and keeping the pulse. And then there's this little melody that goes 3rd fret on the B twice, 1st fret on the B twice, open on the B twice, 2nd fret on the G twice, 2nd fret on the D, open on the D, 2nd fret on the D, open on the G. And you'll see that I'm doing most of that, well, all of that really, with my middle and index finger. So that melody just repeats, but with those bass notes changing. So that means your ring finger stays on fret 3 on the thickest string. You do a pinch, then middle, pinch, middle, open. So the middle finger's just moving, yes? And then that moves to C, exactly the same thing, but leave the ring finger on fret 3 on the A string. Whoops, sorry about that. A. So you can make an A minor, that would be fine. Or you could just leave everything open if you really wanted to. And then finishing on G, bass note and index and middle. Okay, nice and simple, little melody warm up. This kind of gets us into what the fingerstyle blues is going to be moving forwards. Okay, enjoy those warm ups. Remember, choose warm ups based on your favourites, or you could just work through them systematically to get your fingers ready for the songs.